Hello everyone, welcome to Figma tips and tricks tutorial. Today I'm going to talk about multi-level dropdown, or you can say nested dropdown list or a menu. So here in this widget I have the dropdown with the level of like a level 1, 2, 3. So here you can see the category which is having the level 1, and in this level we will have the list 1, list 2, and the list 3 is again a dropdown. So once we click on this category, we can see list item 3, list item 4, and so on. And again, if we click on the list item 3, we will get this two sub drop down or sub item, which is like a drop down header 1 or drop down header 2. So again, the list item 4 will have drop down header 3 sub menu, or you can say the drop down list, which is like a subcategory. So how it will work, how we can create, how we can customize. Let's see an example. So here I have the category, main menu, and appliances. So first we'll see the category. So here it is list 1, list 2, and list item 3. So once if I click on this, we'll see there is a sub menu which is drop down header 1, drop down header 2. So once we click on category, we'll get the list, and this list item 3 will again have the two subcategory, and then list item 4 is having one more subcategory. So once we click on this drop down header 1, we'll get the list item. The same way here drop down header 2 will have again the list item. So here also it is the same. So how we can use this? So suppose here is another example which is like a main menu which is having dashboard, application, products, purchase, and people. So product is having new product sales, and then again purchase is having purchase list, and people is having people list, and finance and accounts. So here it is having the subcategory or the sub menu is like a customers, suppliers, and stores. Whereas in appliances, here it is like a television, and within this we'll have two submenu, which is LED TV and OLED TV. So here is uh, this new product. So this category is not available. Directly we'll have this television, and below this or under this we'll have this two item. So you can see here. So here is just two type of this multi-level drop-down or a nested drop-down. So how we can create and what all the things we have done, we'll see here in Artboard. So I'm going to create a multi-level drop-down, and there is some steps which we need to follow. So first we'll come to the local variable, and I'm going to copy this main menu to make the new example. Now here in this frame, here we have these three category. Now I'm going to create one more frame, and we'll keep this. Just I'm copying this and keeping here in a new frame. So step one is done, copying the existing one. Now the step 2. This is main menu. So here we can give the name to, or we can give the name to the label as example. Because here you can see the component which is like a label and the text property is defined. So if you want to change like a text color or a like a interaction which is like a hover is given. So if you want to change, you can change it. So here example. Now this dashboard, just say example 1, application example 2, and this product example 3. Now this new product, this is a part of example 3. So this new product even sales is also a part of example 3. So what we are going to do, we'll name this example 3.1, and this create product going to say 3.1.a. So here we can see like it is very easy to understand like this is a part of example 3, one of the drop down, and then this cells we can say example 3.2. So this both is a part of this example. Now if I need to name this purchase, so I'm going to name this example 4, and this will be a example 4.1, and the same way this drop down list will have 4.a, and this will become 4.1.b, and then it will be the fifth list. So here we can say this as a fifth, and this will be a part of this. So we can say this 5.1, and this is also a part of this example 5. So we can say this 5.2, and respectively we can add whatever like a label or menu we want to add here. So now we'll focus on the step 2, which is like a changing the variable mode. So here if you look at the local variable, currently I have this category 1, main menu, appliances, and these appliances. Now I'm going to add the variable mode here. So this is the variable mode which I'm going to name it as example. This is the new one, and here once we select this, you can see the category main menu. Now we have the example. So what I'm going to do, just make it false all of the toggle, and this one just true. So this is the main menu, and I need to change the variable mode, which is the example which I have created right now in local variable. So just come here and make it this as an example. So here it will get changed and it will reflect here. So the second one, no need to So wherever we will have the interaction, we are going to change the variable mode. So whenever we are going to add an interaction, it will help us to give the interaction like a actions like a on click, so and hide. So next is this example 3. Example 3 again, here you can see this is the main menu, or from here you can check this and you can change to the example. So variable mode is got updated here also. And then next, this is drop down header 1. So no need to change any of the variable, just need to change the variable. So it got hidden because we made it as a false. So whenever we will change to the example, this local variable in example, all values are false. So automatically it will get hidden. So now this is first we'll look at this drop down, which is main menu, and we are going to change example. It got hidden. Again this main menu example. So this is main menu and going to change an example, and this also example. Now this, so before that drop down list will make it. So this drop down list doesn't have mode, so we will give this as a example. If we won't select this category here, then automatically it will take the main menu. So it's better we'll select the example so we can keep the interaction. Now this is the main menu, so we can select example, and again the same way, first drop down list, then this example. Now this is the drop down menu, so example, and this as example. So now this is the main category, which is like an example, and then this is the list, entire list, which is like a main menu. So here we come to the local variable. You can see once we make this false, it entire list will get hidden. So still this is the main menu. If I make it this example, so here I make it as an example, variable mode got changed and this got hidden. So whenever I will make this true, it will appear. So we'll test another one. So before that we'll see this all. So this is already given example 1, example, then again example, and this is also part example. So now we'll look at this. This is the level 2, this is the level 1 of dropdown, and this is the level 2 of the dropdown. So this level 2 is having the level 3, means dropdown header. I have just named it as a dropdown header. So once I make it this true, you can see this is showing here. So it will appear, and again if I make it this dropdown header 2 true, then dropdown header 2 is getting appear. So why this dropdown list is appearing? Because this dropdown list is having main menu. So we have to say example, so it will get it. So now again you can we can give the interaction as well as we can test it whether we have given the right variable mode or not. So like this is the example 4, and we are looking at the next level 2 in example 4. So this will be a, like a header 3, and then header 4. So I think it is having, okay, now it is having the 2. So header, drop down header 5. Now we'll make it true this drop down list 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 5. So all is getting appear. So this is step 1, updating the variable mode, and the second, creating this local variable. So we can creating this variable mode in local variable, so it will help us to change the variable mode in this example. Now next what we need to do is label update, so we can change the label, the name, which is like example and all. And now step uh, 4, which is like interaction. So how we can update the interaction? No need to add anything, just come to prototype and you can select this, and you can see this, the all interaction will appear. So here it is an example. We have to change the same thing, variable mode, in this example also. So just instead of main menu, change to the example. Now come to the list. You can see all is having variable mode. So here also need to change example, and again this is having two interaction, two condition, because this is the example 3.1 and this. So while I click on this, the interaction is given in the way like this is the variable mode example if dropdown header 1 is false. So this is the dropdown header. So how we can see, here I have attached the variable dropdown header, and this is the dropdown header 2. So this entire list is dropdown header 1 and this is dropdown header 2. And the interaction is given as, first we'll use the variable mode because I have used same variable for the type 2 and type 1 example. So we'll use the set variable mode, and then if dropdown header is false, then it will make true dropdown header, so this list. And then once we click on this, it will make it true, and it will change to open. So this is having two mode, close and open. So just we are changing this to the variable mode. So changing this interaction here, like a change to open instead of close, and then here it is given as else part, which is like a toggling, means once we are clicking this, it will get open and close. So it will get hidden and again it will show if we click on this again. So this is header 1, and here we have these two category, like header 1 and we have given header 2. So this header 2 again will write the same thing. No need to repeat this step change to close, because the condition will run from here and it will come to the second condition, and this will become true, and they will check this condition where dropdown header is false, and if the dropdown header true is false, it will make it true, and again if we click on this again, this will become false. So this is the thing only, uh, just we need to update it here, and the interaction will be the same. And overall this example as I have given here is a very simple interaction. Just make it true and false, and it is based on the boolean variable whatever we have created in a local variable list. So again here we have changed the example. So here we have just one condition, and again this will change to example, and this is having just one condition, so example, and again this for the drop down list, this one. So we'll say example, then again level 2, which is example 5, which is main menu, will change to the example, and again we have the this two categories, so here we can change this main menu to example. Now this, so this is having main menu, we can change to the example, and this variable mode to example. That's it, it is done. Now we'll come to the design, and in local variable we'll make this entire false. So after editing you can make it false and you can preview this. So here is example, example 3, 3.1, example 4, and then example 5. So 3 is fine, 4 is fine, and 5 is, we have to check this. So if any variable mode is not got changed or interaction, we'll just find out to make it again this true. So we can check the interaction, this is fine. So come to prototype, here this is header 1 and header 1, then this is main menu, we have to change as example, then header 2. So this is done, and then here this is fine. Along with this we have to check this drop down list one. So here the name is drop down header, because we are performing this task, this interaction on the drop down header. So now this is example, and this is drop down list 3, which is example. So you can see here the list which is given, the entire list which is example, but this itself is the main menu. We missed this, and again this main menu example. So wherever we have the action we have to change the variable mode. This is very important, then the interaction will work as usual. And for checking, you can select one of the, like this drop down header, and you can check this. Now this entire example, now this single one example, this drop down list example. So again, this is the main menu. We have to change to example. This entire list, which is example, example, and again example. So this is example. Again, this is main menu. Change to example, example, main menu. Example is fine. So after doing this, again we have to make it local variable. This example to false. So now the entire list is hidden. We can preview this. So here is example. You can see this example 3, and this is 3.1. It is getting, and then again this is the another one. Then example 4, which is having 4.1, and these all items are part of this. Example 5, 5.1, and 5.2. So now this is working fine, and suppose the next example, if we need to add some more item here, how we can add. So come to local variable, just make it entire list true. So now here entire list is visible, and I'm going to add some more within this example 5, means example 5.1, 5.2. Now I'm going to add 5.3. So what we need to do, just copy this from here and paste it. So this is in auto layout. Automatically it will adjust the alignment and it will stick there. So here I can say this 5.3, and this name 5.3 dot a. If you want to add more, so this, select this, copy and paste. So this will become B, and again if we want to add more, so we can add this, we can say this C. So this work is done. Now come to the local variable. We yeah, before that you can see this is attached here. The variable is dropdown header file, which is already used here, dropdown header file. So whenever we'll give the interaction, it will having the same impact here also. So we need to change, or we need to create one more variable which will say dropdown header 6, and here this dropdown list again we need to create, which is will say dropdown list 6, and the interaction will be same, just we need to update that. So for that, we'll come to the local variable, and here is the dropdown list. Below this I will make just duplicate variable and will say this dropdown list 6, and here is the dropdown header. So just will duplicate this variable and we can say this dropdown header 6. So we'll come here, this dropdown 6, dropdown header 6 is true, and now we'll check this dropdown list is 6. So this is also true. So first of all, we'll change this dropdown header 5 to 6. So this is dropdown header 6. Now this also we need to change it as a dropdown header 6, and then this list we can change to the dropdown list 6. So this list is changed down. The interaction now will come to prototype, and here dropdown list 5. Instead we have to say dropdown list 6. The small change as just a new variable which we have added here. So it is done. So this is a part of example 5.1. So whenever we click on this example 5, it will show and hide this 5.1, 5.2 and 5.3. So we'll click this. Here we have the dropdown header 4 condition, dropdown header 5 condition, and again we have to add one more condition for dropdown header 6. How will that? Just select this, the last one, come to this conditional, and here we can say if dropdown header 6 equal to false, then set variable and make it dropdown header 6 true, and else set variable. So if it is starting with false, the else part will go to the false. So here dropdown header 6 to false. And one more thing we need to add here, which is set variable mode, which is example, and just we can pull it here. So this is done. Now we'll come to design and we can hide this. So we can see here whether it is attached to right it or not. So it is kind of like we can confirm this to look at this variable turning on and off or turning true or false. So drop down list 6, I am making this false. Yeah, it is attached right. And then drop down header 6, making false. It is also attached right way. So now I'm making this false, and we'll preview this. So example we have added in the last 5.3. It is having 5.3 ABC. So again we'll hide this. Yeah, it is working fine. Here it is. So all good. It is working absolutely fine. So now suppose if we want to add this example kind of, so how we can add that list, we'll see that. So this is just a very simple work, and the interaction is also it will like we need to just update the variable. That's it. And suppose here we have the example one. So this is the variable which we have used here. So you can see here, just I'm copying this and making one more. So no need to worry about this height and all, because this is a local variable. This is the auto layout, and the interaction is given on a local variable, so it will carry this interaction. So here we didn't give any interaction, so suppose it is going to the next tab or some other menu, so directly we can add here the link. So whatever like a data we want to add, we can add list here, and we can name it like example. So if you want to add example 2 or new example, we can modify here. So this file is uploaded in Figma community, and here like a three type of multi-level dropdown is created. So you can just copy this and you can use it as I have created here this one as example. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.